Zoltán Kodály was born in Kecskemét, Hungary in 1882. Unlike most composers, Kodály did not receive a highly formal education in music as a young child. His family were amateur musicians, and the young Kodály learned to sing and play the piano and violin with his mother and father. Kodály's true education was as a traveler. His father was a station master for the railway, and Kodály journeyed to every corner of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. He heard all kinds of ethnic music and would eventually fall in love with its unique harmonies and rhythms. At the age of 18, Kodály simultaneously enrolled in the Budapest University to study Germanic and Hungarian literature and in the Budapest Academy of Music. Kodály received his diplomas in composition and music education in 1906. He then continued his education by working towards a PhD in music. For his doctoral dissertation, Kodály took excursions into rural Hungary to record and transcribe authentic folk music using the newly available phonograph. It was during this time that Kodály met Béla Bartók. They shared a passion for Hungarian folk music. They both soon discovered that true Hungarian folk music was quite different from gypsy music, a long-held belief by many musicians, including Franz Liszt. The watershed moment in his musical career came in 1910 when Kodály and Bartók held a concert showcasing Hungarian folk music. 1910 is now celebrated as the birth of true Hungarian music. While both Kodály and Bartók incorporated Hungarian folk elements into their compositions, Bartók leaned more towards the dissonant. Dissonance was the avant-garde style of the times. Kodály, on the other hand, wished to bring Hungarian folk music to a larger audience and used more standard Romantic-era harmonies in his compositions. Kodály's first great composition was performed in 1923, Salmus Hungaricus, a piece for choir and orchestra. It lamented 500 years of Hungarian history, from the Turkish occupation to the dissolution of Greater Hungary after World War I. After the success of Salmus Hungaricus, Kodály's fame as a composer was cemented along with his reputation as a scholar and music educator. His next great musical accomplishment was his opera, Harry János, in 1932. The opera was about a Hungarian officer who single-handedly defeats Napoleon, wins riches and glories, but turns it all down to return to his village and his childhood sweetheart. But Kodály's most lasting legacy was his development of the Kodály method. Kodály developed this method to improve how music was taught to small children. The core principles of the Kodály method were that music should be taught at a young age, should begin with the voice and use mother tongue folk songs, and most importantly, should be fun. Kodály continued to teach until he was 60. In his final years, he toured England, the US, and the Soviet Union conducting his own works. He received numerous accolades during this time. He died in Budapest in 1967 to a mournful crowd of thousands. Today, Zoltán Kodály is regarded not just as a musician, but as one of the most prominent figures in all of the Hungarian arts.